What if a single weapon could erase an entire city in seconds? And what if humanity didn't stop there, but continued to build even more powerful and sophisticated versions capable of destroying civilization itself? From secret laboratories hidden during wartime to high-tech missile silos and silent submarines patrolling the oceans, the evolution of nuclear weapons is not just a story of science, but a story of fear, ambition, political power, and the constant struggle for global dominance. It all began in the early 20th century when scientists started exploring the structure of the atom, once believed to be indivisible. But in 1938, a breakthrough discovery by German physicists revealed nuclear fission, a process where splitting the nucleus of an atom releases an enormous amount of energy, far greater than anything humanity had ever controlled before. And this discovery immediately caught the attention of governments, especially as World War II intensified. Fearing that Nazi Germany might develop such a weapon first, the United States launched the highly secretive Manhattan Project, a massive scientific and military effort that brought together brilliant minds like physicists, engineers, and mathematicians, all working under extreme pressure to unlock the destructive potential of the atom. And after years of experimentation, testing, and billions of dollars in investment, they successfully created the first atomic bomb, which was tested in 1945 in the New Mexico desert in an event known as the Trinity Test, marking the beginning of the nuclear age. Just weeks later, in August 1945, the United States dropped 2 atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, instantly unleashing unimaginable destruction as entire neighborhoods vanished, buildings were flattened, and hundreds of thousands of people lost their lives either immediately or in the aftermath due to injuries and radiation exposure. And while these bombings led to the end of World War II, they also introduced a terrifying new reality where a single weapon could determine the fate of nations. In the years that followed, the world entered the Cold War, a period of intense rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union, where both superpowers raced to develop more advanced and powerful nuclear weapons. And in 1949, the Soviet Union successfully tested its own atomic bomb, ending the United States' monopoly and igniting a full-scale nuclear arms race. As competition escalated, scientists pushed the boundaries of physics even further and developed the hydrogen bomb, also known as a thermonuclear weapon, which used nuclear fusion instead of fission, the same process that powers the sun, making it vastly more powerful, capable of producing explosions hundreds or even thousands times greater than the bombs dropped on Japan. And by the 1950s and 1960s, both superpowers had tested these weapons, creating stockpiles containing thousands of warheads, enough to destroy the planet many times over. This era introduced the chilling concept of mutually assured destruction, often referred to as MAD, where both sides possessed enough nuclear firepower to guarantee total annihilation if either launched an attack, effectively creating a balance of terror that prevented direct conflict but kept the world in constant fear of a nuclear apocalypse. Alongside the weapons themselves, the technology used to deliver them evolved rapidly, moving from simple bomber aircraft to highly advanced systems like intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs, capable of traveling thousands of kilometers in a matter of minutes and delivering nuclear warheads across continents with incredible speed and precision, while submarine-launched ballistic missiles added another layer of threat, as nuclear-armed submarines could remain hidden deep in the oceans for months, undetectable and ready to strike at any moment, and strategic bombers continued to play a role, forming together what is known as the nuclear triad, a 3-part system designed to ensure that even if one component was destroyed, the others could still retaliate, making nuclear deterrence more stable, but also more complex and dangerous. As the Cold War continued, more countries began developing nuclear capabilities, including the United Kingdom, France, and China, followed later by India and Pakistan, whose regional tensions added new risks to the global nuclear landscape. And North Korea eventually joined this group, raising concerns about nuclear proliferation and the possibility of weapons falling into unstable regions or being used in conflicts. In response to these growing dangers, international efforts were made to control and limit the spread of nuclear weapons, most notably through the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, established in 1968, which aimed to prevent new countries from acquiring nuclear weapons, promote peaceful uses of nuclear energy, and encourage disarmament among existing nuclear powers. And while many nations agreed to its terms, challenges remained, as not all countries participated fully, and nuclear arsenals continued to exist. In the modern era, nuclear weapons have become even more advanced, with improved accuracy, smaller warhead designs, and the ability to be deployed quickly through automated systems, some capable of launching within minutes of receiving orders, while advancements in guidance systems allow for precision targeting, increasing their effectiveness. At the same time, new concerns have emerged about tactical nuclear weapons, which are smaller and designed for use on the battlefield rather than against entire cities, making them potentially more usable in conflicts and therefore more dangerous in terms of escalation. Meanwhile, missile defense systems have been developed in an attempt to intercept and destroy incoming nuclear missiles using radar, satellites, and interceptor rockets. But these systems are not foolproof, and experts debate their effectiveness in the face of large-scale attacks or advanced countermeasures. Today, the world holds thousands of nuclear weapons, many on high alert, ready to be launched at a moment's notice, and while they have arguably prevented large-scale wars between major powers through deterrence, they also continue to pose one of the greatest existential threats to humanity, as accidents, miscalculations, or rising tensions could potentially trigger catastrophic consequences. The evolution of nuclear weapons, from a scientific discovery in a laboratory to the most destructive force ever created by humans, has shaped global politics, military strategies, and international relations for decades. And as technology continues to advance, the future of these weapons remains uncertain, leaving humanity with a critical question that has no easy answer. Will nuclear weapons continue to serve as a deterrent that maintains uneasy peace, or will they one day be used again, bringing devastation on a scale the world has never seen? Because in the end, the true power of nuclear weapons lies not just in their destructive capability, but in the choices we make about whether or not to use them.